Oh, welcome to another episode of Footy Bros. I'm Sasha.
And this is Roman, and we're super excited to talk to you guys again today. What games did we have to talk about today, Sash?
So today we're going to do some of the PL, so Premier League. We're going to talk about the ones we kind of did the predictions for. So West Ham,
Right.
Leicester City. Then
Two
we're
big
also going to do,
games.
Man U and Tottenham. So I guess we'll just go overall what our predictions firstly was. So for me, for West Ham, Leicester, I said it was going to be a tie 2-2. You said it was going to
I
be,
said West Ham all the way, and
yeah,
guess who was right? Lingard, Jesse Lingard, still on fire.
yeah,
I don't know if you know, but he has more goals than anyone in the PL since joining West Ham. So, I
yeah.
mean, he's absolutely on fire right now, and I think as we both discussed last time, the trend is can they prevent conceding because they can score just fine,
Yeah.
but they almost blew a 3-0 lead again. So yeah, what do you think about the game?
So going into the game, firstly, a lot of people, I don't know, realize that Leicester is kind of not as the strongest they could be potentially just due to a lot of injuries. Callagher, one of their strongest defenders, Fotana, another big defender of theirs, two of them gone for the game. Ricardo Pereira, one that I said was going to make an impact, was back into the starting 11. He made an impact, played well. But overall, James Maddison, Harvey Barnes, they don't have all of the players fully fit. And I
That's
think
right.
that took a big toll on them. But then also
Mhm.
looking at West Ham, Antonio Valencia was gone. And then also Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, yeah, that was a
So,
big miss.
but
But who
overall,
did show up for Leicester City? Ian Acho, and we called that one as well. Ian
yeah.
Acho having a big season for Leicester this year. So really happy to see that. Do you think he's staying at Leicester next season?
I think he is just because you know what? It's not like Leicester. Look at how what position they are. I mean, why leave a club that you know what has put you on the map? You guys are going to go
Right.
potentially Champions League, Europa. I don't think they're going to miss out on European qualifications. That's for sure. So I think he's
Mm-hmm.
going to stay. But overall, when I look at that game, I definitely think it was an exciting game. 3-2. Definitely if I'm a Leicester fan, I'll be worried about the fact that we considered 3 goals. If I'm a West Ham fan, I'll be considering how do we blow a lead, you
Yeah,
know?
how do we close the door?
Yeah, so both defense kind of need to be cleaned up because, in my opinion, West Ham did the exact same thing against Wolves last weekend. 3-0 at half. Other team comes out super strong. And in my opinion, Leicester could have had the 3-3. Like they missed a couple big chances that you know what could have been converted. Jamie Vardy kind of underwhelmed, wasn't really big on the game. Didn't do that much. Could have done more in my opinion.
Yeah, having a bit of a poor season in my opinion so far.
Yeah.
But in terms of West Ham, then do you think they're making definitely top four?
Honestly, they actually might because the way Lingard's playing,
Yeah,
and that's something that I think a lot of people are. You know what, David? Hats to David Moyes. Honestly, he's been he
right.
went to a
Hats off,
part-time
yeah.
Man U. Now look at him, right? Top four, bring up
Look
West
at me
Ham,
now. Yeah, climbing up to Man U. It's right on their heels.
right on
Imagine
top.
seeing West Ham next season in the Champions League. That's gonna be something.
That's the crazy thing, right? The reason why people are like I was even like, what are the big games? And the fact that we're doing West Ham Leicester as one of the big games of the weekend,
It's
and
crazy, right?
yeah, no, not
Imagine that for years ago. That would have been a joke.
that would exactly.
It
So like, why are we doing this game to do a report on? Because this is three and fourth place. This is a big competition
is.
contender for the next Champions League spots, and
That's
so
right. And
so
the other
overall,
contenders for the Champions League spots, right? Man United and Spurs. What do you think about that game?
so yeah, going to the next game. I did think Spurs were going to come in hot because you know what? I think Jose is under a lot of fire. And if
Yeah,
I thought he was going to put up against the wall. He's going to actually do something, you know, coming
yeah,
attacking. And you know what? Jose usually under pressure is good, gets it right tactically, but
yeah.
I was highly disappointed. I'm not a Spurs fan, but I do like Jose and I've liked him in the past. But I don't know. He's kind of lost it in the sense of just the way they played. They played well for the first, I say, 25 minutes. They had a couple
Mhm.
chances, but I could tell he's playing more of a kind of trying to learn how to keep the ball more because the way they were playing, I was like, okay, he's trying to hold possession a little more in the first 25th minute. And when I was watching the game, I was like, okay, maybe he's actually going to do something, come in with a goal. Honestly, the one goal that Man U scored that was disallowed for Cavani, such a poor
Yeah,
decision, in my opinion.
I
That is
agree.
not a penalty at
There's
all.
no shot. I mean, McTominay is literally just holding off Son, right? And
Yeah.
next thing you know, like his arm slips off Son's arm, and naturally, because you're pushing off, it's just gonna fling away, and that's just natural contact. It's not even anything serious. Um, I think that was a very poor call as well, and it definitely would have been a beautiful goal if it was allowed. So, but overall in this game, a lot of really nice goals, nice team goals,
Sure.
interconnecting play. Bruno with the little Meg
Yeah.
into a
Yeah.
nice cross, right? So diving header by Cavani, nice to see him back in form.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, beautiful goals. Pogba played unbelievable.
Play of the game. Play of the
Yeah, yeah, and I hope he continues this form for France because man, we're gonna need someone like him really, putting the pressure on the other team and making things happen. That was the sort of Pogba this game. It was just using his strength, using his quality, and making the right decisions, making the right pass. And yeah, you could just see pure class, pure quality right there.
100%. And going into this game, the reason I put Spurs on top was because you know what, they have more of a rest than Man U. Coming from Man U had a Granada game, so they had a whole week
That's
to
true.
prepare. But I was very worried in Man U because like when I watched them against Granada versus, it was like two different teams. When they played against Spurs, man, did they up their level.
I think this was their best performance of the year. Like that second half was incredible.
incredible.
And as a neutral spectator, it was such a nice watch. Like really exciting stuff.
1-2 touches they were playing just in between the lines, just like almost like a tiki-taka almost against these guys. Like Spurs didn't know what to do. They were creating space left, right, and center. The way they were moving the ball, perfect balance. And then Ole
the counter press to get the ball back as well. They played like a unit, like really, really by far the best performance I've seen Man United do. And it was convincing this time. A lot of times I think Man United has been criticized, and rightly so, for being very inconsistent, for not having a clear, game plan, clear strategy. I haven't rated them much this season, even though they're in second place. I think it's more so due to the fact that most teams are struggling in some capacity. But that game just really proved that they deserved that second place. The way they played was unbelievable.
Definitely top notch, and I'd say Ole got it right. Mourinho didn't. Honestly, a lot of like little mistakes that Spurs did. They just got taken for a ride.
Yeah, I agree.
First half,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Like a lot of people have been like saying first half. There's that one meme going around. People are like, they had us in the first half. And
yeah, exactly.
They had us in the unbelievable play. What a bounce back. Second half was just complete domination. Yeah. Mason Greenwood, underrated as a teenager. This guy, for a teenager Man U, this guy is going to be great.
And he's putting some muscle on him. He looks like he can be a real athlete in a couple of years. Like
for sure,
got a very promising future. So
I really like him. Honestly, I do. He's. I'd say him and Foden and him coming in for the English squad. They're going to be very, very going to be good potential.
Sancho as a third place.
Yeah.
And England's got a really promising squad. So to wrap it up for Man United Spurs, Spurs making top four. What do you think?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think this is going to be the end of Mourinho if he doesn't get European qualifications, because I don't even think he'll make it to the Europa at the stage.
At this stage, yeah.
Yeah, so I honestly, he's got everything riding on the last game, and that's going to be a cup game for the finals against Man City.
Tough to salvage the season. That's going to be very tough.
No, exactly,
and we all know Man City wants to get the 4-piece
for sure
prize. So
Pep's not going to give it to him. Pep is not going to go nicely.
Oh, no ways. And Pep Mourinho used to be a big rivalry back in the day. So yeah, no, definitely not giving him anything for free. And I think it's looking a little bit like an end of an era for Spurs.
For sure.
Kane might be leaving. No championship. No international club soccer. It's not good enough for him, right? So I don't know about Son. I don't know what his circumstances are. Maybe he might be looking for a way out too. Bale came back, and it's just looking like but it doesn't look like the same team it was, 2-3 years ago under Pochettino. So it's tough. It's tough to be a Spurs fan right now.
Yeah, no, it 100% would be tough because going from such a high to such a low, fighting for Europa now, it's like, where does it come to?
We were in the Champions League finals. Like, what happened?
That's exactly what they're gonna tell you. What happened? That's the like mentality. Putting pressure on first place, making that final once in.
So close yet so far.
And I feel for Spurs because they have a solid world-class team, and he made unbelievable saves to keep them in the game multiple times.
Right.
So they have a strong team. I think Mourinho's gonna have to go. I think he will go, and I guess coming to a conclusion now of this episode, I think we know Man U's gonna clinch second spot. I think Spurs gonna have only one big game to kind of push them to get something, a trophy, silverware. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's where they're at right now.
All right. Well, pleasure doing another episode of Footy Brews.
Footy Brews.
And we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.
Cheers.